You're listening to Question Reality. Question Reality with Priscilla Leona. Priscilla Leona.
Hi, welcome to the Question Reality Show. I'm Priscilla Leona, independent film, TV, and radio podcast host. And the Question Reality Show has entertained and educated audiences for over 22 years with real world entertainment industry advice. And the guests on our show have been Emmy, Grammy, Tony Award winners, Oscar nominees. I have a teleprompter and it's going up and it's so fast. I can't even stay up. So I'm going to actually read from my trusty, I've rewritten my intro, and I tried to use the teleprompter on the Mac, but it just goes too fast and I just can't read it. So I'm going to start all over again because it's gone. Welcome to the Question Reality Show. I'm Priscilla Leona, producer and host of this show, and we are coming to you live from Los Angeles, California. And every year for 22 years, our goal has been to motivate, inspire, and educate people who are pursuing a career in the entertainment industry. We have guests that come on the show that provide a career advice. And we bring, Emmy winners, Grammy Award winners, Tony Award winners, and we also have upcoming rising stars. So they come on the show and I can't tell you how many people have come on the show over the years. For 22 years, I've seen so many people end up on the red carpet, whether they're actors or singers or dancers or models or musicians. I see at least, I don't even know how many people I've seen. Let me escape from this teleprompter view here because it's just driving me crazy. I got a brown haze on me. Well, I am not using that anymore. That is it. It was an experiment, but it just didn't work. Okay, so we bring guests who are going to give us sage advice to the audience and also people pursuing careers in the entertainment industry. Now, if you want to be a guest or follow us, subscribe, you want to feel free, yes, to contact me directly at PriscillaLeona@yahoo.com. Again, that's PriscillaLeona@yahoo.com. And we would love to have you come on the show and help people pursue their career with confidence by giving tips, advice, and resource information. And we would love for you, if you like the guest on the show, we would love for you to go to their social media sites and follow them and subscribe, and then maybe leave some comments if you love them, and our show as well. Now, again, email me, PriscillaLeona@yahoo.com. A website is questionrealityradioshow.com. You can also find us on Facebook under @Priscilla Leona, Facebook at Question Reality Show, Instagram @Priscilla Leona, YouTube @Priscilla Leona, TikTok @Priscilla Leona, and Linktree @Priscilla Leona. I say this every week, but I'm just going to say it again. Please keep your branding consistent. It is so very important. You just can't have all these different names on Facebook. You have one, and Instagram, it's another, and LinkedIn, it's another. And it makes it very hard for people to find you. And it also tells casting directors and producers and directors that you're just not savvy. You're just not business savvy. It's very important when you start out at the inception of your career to get your branding and keep it consistent. If it's your name, that's most likely what they're going to look for, or a book, if that's going to be your only book, but I wouldn't recommend it, or your film title, fine, but make sure it is your name. So, without further ado, I want to tell you about the guest that's going to be on our show today. I love this lady. I've known her for quite a number of years now, and she's just so fun and upbeat, but yet down to earth. And very basic. Oh, look how cute she is. Oh, gorgeous. I love that picture. I'm a black and white picture person. I had all of my headshots when I was pursuing my background acting career. I had all of my headshots in black and white. They just make everybody look better, but yeah, casting people want to see all the wrinkles and puffs and everything on your face. So it's hard to get away with the black and white today if you're an actor. So her name is Anca, and I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, Charita or Chirita, or I think it's Charita. I'm just going to go with it. She is a PR, publicist, public relations. She's a content creator, media and marketing professional. And we are hopefully tonight we're gonna be talking PR magic and indie hustle and the art of getting noticed with Anca, and hopefully she can give you guys some tips, advice, and resource information. She is an absolute powerhouse, and she's the powerhouse publicist behind dozens of rising stars, and also she's the founder of Bicoastal Digest. So, and we're going to talk about what that is, but whether you're an actor or a filmmaker or just trying to make your mark, I think that this episode is going to really be a backstage pass to visibility and strategy and give you a little bit of sparkle. So if you can give a friend who needs a PR glow up, give them a tag, because by the end of this show, she's going to be telling you everything you need to know to make it happen. So each week we ask that you watch us on YouTube, again at Priscilla Leona, Instagram at Priscilla Leona, and Facebook at The Question Reality Show. Now, social media links for Anca. She has a lot. So if you go to her Linktree, pretty much most people have all of their sites on Linktree at this point, but it's Anca_HQ. And then her website is prwithanca.com. She has bicoastaldigest.com. On Instagram, it's hello_Anca. Also Instagram, PR with Anca. And Instagram, Bicoastal Digest. Oh, and last but not least, X, PR with Anca. So what to expect tonight? We're going to discuss red carpets to rebrand. So hopefully Anca's going to share her top PR and social media tips for creatives. She's going to tell us the story behind her new PR coaching program and what it really takes to grow your audience without selling your soul. Apparently that's involved. Didn't know that, but you never know. Okay, so just a little bit about Anca. Personally, we just love her. She, again, has been on the show not on the show. She's been part of my life at so many different functions. This is her first time on the show, and we have lots of questions for her. So let's just get to it, shall we? Without further ado, let's welcome her to the show. Welcome, Anca Chirita.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my God. You're welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for that wonderful introduction.
Oh, you're welcome. I love your accent. It's wonderful. I love it. Okay, so can you please remove the black space between us when you get a chance? Oh, it's her frame. Okay. Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay.
I don't know how to change that.
That's all right.
Okay.
Now, first of all, I love your accent. Tell us, where are you from with that gorgeous accent?
So I am from Romania, Eastern Europe. Accent is similar with all the other Eastern European nations, even though the origin of my language, Romanian language, is actually Latin language. So if I start speaking in Romanian, you would be like, oh, that's Italian, Spanish, because Romanian is one of the 5 Latin languages. So,
I thought I heard a
but
little
the accent
Italian.
sounds similar with Russian, Ukrainian, Czech, Polish, only because geographically Romania is close to all these other Eastern European nations. So we kind of have similar accents, but the language itself has nothing to do with like Russian or Ukrainian, not at all. It
Right.
sounds similar, only the accent, but the language itself, it's very similar with Spanish, Italian, French, Portuguese, all these five languages, they are very similar.
Ah, well, I hear a little, Italian, and then I hear a little Eastern European, and then I hear so it's a beautiful accent that goes in and out
Yeah,
flawlessly into
yeah.
different
Yeah,
regions. I
yeah,
love
yeah,
that.
yeah. And even though I left Romania many years ago, I've been living here forever, and I never speak Romanian. Most of my, for work, obviously English 24/7. Sometimes a little Italian as well for work. I have a little bit of connections with Italy work regarding on my content creation area. But regardless, 99.99% I speak English, but still the accent it's still there, will be there for the rest of times.
Not
That's
going
definitely
away. And
yeah,
we're
yeah,
glad.
yeah,
We're
yeah,
glad
yeah.
it's not going away ever. We love that. Now,
Sure.
why did you end up coming to America? Was there a certain career you wanted to pursue, or
Well, when I was 2.5, when I started opening my eyes and speaking fluently,
uh-huh.
one of the first few words I was telling my parents back then, a million years ago, was America. I want to move to America. And my parents were like, back then, Romania was completely different country. And they were like, what is wrong with her? She barely even speaks a few words. I was
Ah,
little, like, and she talks all the time about moving to America. What is that? And I was telling them, I want to move. I'm going to move to America and I'm going to be an actress. And they
ah.
were like, no, 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 go back to sleep. Go back to, it's not going to happen.
Right.
Then the next day I would wake up, what I said yesterday was true. So I'm really gonna move to America and maybe become a singer. They were like, you see, you keep changing your story. But I was telling them, I'm gonna move to America and
And you did.
somehow,
Yeah.
California or whatever, that beautiful place where people become stars. Even though
Wow.
I never tried to become a star, but I was always fascinated by actors, by filmmakers, by music, everything arts related. So in
Well,
the
you
end,
did
when I started growing up, they realized that okay, so eventually she will move there.
right.
And then it happened. Yes,
We
yes,
got to
yes,
get used to it. Anka's going to America. So,
yes, yes.
now,
But I
what?
always loved actors. I always loved filmmakers. I was always very interested in their journey, what about their bringing upbringings, that like the story behind each, star,
Mhm.
big or smaller star or up and coming emerging actor. They all have wonderful stories. They all have very interesting stories.
Every
And that's actually, I mean, this is just the introduction. I don't want to jump straight into it,
right,
but that's actually where their PR begins. you
right.
know
That is
it's
true.
they are not aware, maybe most likely they are not aware yet, but when they are little and they want to have, become actors, and they start way before they start, auditioning or doing anything branding wise, that brand of yourself, those few, the ABC of your PR and marketing and branding is
Yeah.
basically in your, in your story. What made you become, an actor? What made you pursue singing or, filmmaking? Or that's how deep that goes. And I started realizing that in my first few years of doing PR, I was like, it's not just about getting interviews, because it's their story, it's what they're saying in interviews, you know.
So starting with your career and origins, what first drew you into the world of entertainment PR, and how did that evolve into your current focus?
What I just said, the fact
Was
that
that
at the beginning
but
was
you
the
wanted to be
fact
an
that
actor first? You didn't want to do PR.
when I was two.
Uh,
But when I was 2 years old, I wanted to be an actor. Once
okay.
I became like 10, 15, and I grew, you know, when
So
I was a little bit.
that's when you said I want to do PR.
Yes, yes. I mean, I was still a baby when I was 10, 11 years old. And
Oh
like,
yeah.
you know, that was when I was two. When I was already 10 years old, I was like, okay, mom, okay, daddy, you're right. I don't want to be an actor, but I want to work with actors and I'm going to move to America. They were still like, okay, go back to sleep. It's okay.
So
Go to read your books and take a good grade, get good grades in school. And we'll talk about when you're 18, 20, 20 something.
right.
And then when I was 20 something, I told them, okay, I'm moving. Okay. So now we are talking. Bye bye. But yeah, no. The fact that I was fascinated since I was two about acting and, you know, the
Right.
filmmaking area of, you know. But once I grew up and I realized I was very interested in telling the stories, in helping the talent tell their story, shape their career, become, bring awareness. I was always fascinated by, you know, marketing and branding and public relations, and they are all blending, especially nowadays in the social media age that we've been living in for already decades. uh,
Now speaking of that,
everything is blending.
yeah.
Everything comes together.
Speaking of that, you've helped dozens of indie filmmakers and actors grow into their audience. What's one success story that still gives you goosebumps?
I
Where
would
you're
say,
like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Or that was so great. I can't believe it. Oh,
uh, can I name also the
yeah,
person? The
sure,
it's
sure.
actually the actor that you already know very well. You interviewed him. I think you're gonna interview him next week. Kazi Toganas.
Okay.
He's one of my first actors, as a completely as a freelancer, not working in agency or, you know. Um, Everything came together very, very nicely. He was doing a lot of advocating for lupus, which is a terrible, terrible disease, but we don't want to talk about it. Let's keep
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
positive. And so for him, um, he had the breakthrough with Equalizer 2. And in the same time, he was advocating for lupus. So that came together, advocating and acting, the way I presented him to the press as a writer, filmmaker, actor, Kasi Toganas, lupus advocate as well. Very nice, creating the image, the complete image. That's what I'm saying. It's not just I'm an actor,
Yeah.
especially when they are early on in their career and they don't have that many credits and, you know, a huge resume, big roles in blockbusters. That's where you dive deep into, you peel the, you know, one more layer, see what makes them interesting. And that's when I realized how much I love this area, the public relations, because you go deeper and deeper and you ask questions. What do you like to do? What are your skills? What other interests you have besides acting, besides this, besides that, besides singing or filmmaking, you know? And then when I realized he's also an advocate, that's when I, you know, it clicked that this is the area where we're gonna go deeper and, you know, position you as an advocate. Other people are real estate agents besides acting, or, and that's where you know, you take that, side of their life, you attach it to the acting, you present it to the local media, which is super, 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 super important, especially when you are in the early stage, when you big media outlets don't want to interview you. Variety and Deadline is not going to interview you for, a small role in a big movie or a big role in an indie film,
Right.
but your media, your local media is going to be super, super interested in your story,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you have roots, if you've been doing something on the local level, either advocating for a cause dear to your heart, or you've been maybe, I don't know, doing some volunteer work
Doing
for
some
some, soup kitchen, or,
always be adding to your skill set. I say that every week. Now let's talk about your PR coaching program launch. Now, what inspired you to launch your PR coaching program and who is it designed for?
this is something that I'm working on right now. I am giving it shape. I was thinking that coaching is actually very good for the s- emerging actors or entry level actors who can't afford the publicists because they don't, they work multiple jobs to
Right.
make, ends meet, and they cannot afford a PR agency or even a smaller publicist. Even the smallest publicist, entry level publicist, is still going to charge you a couple of thousands at least per month on a minimum 6 month retainer, which is like 10, 12,000 in the end. And, and then because the actor is still in the early stage of their career, the publicist is still not going to be able to get them any big interviews. It's still going to be like smaller. That's when I realized maybe I should go into coaching where I can teach them what they need, to prepare early on when they are in the early stages of their career. What do they need for PR? How they can go deeper into, first of all, make sure you have all your ducks in a row. Headshots, so social media, branding, everything the same at
Consistent.
what you just started the show with, have everything the
Branding.
same
Yeah.
name everywhere,
Right.
especially in acting. That's, if you're a content creator or you're something else, you don't want to use your name for your business. Obviously, most people don't use their name in their business, but especially for when you're an actor, that's your username
Yeah.
on all the platforms. Now
Yes.
don't even use underscore, little dots, little, because
Yeah.
X is
Yeah.
not accepting little dots.
Yeah.
Or the other platform doesn't accept underscore at the end of the name.
Right.
Like, have the same clean everywhere.
That's
But
right.
that's when I realized maybe that's the good, because I love working with emerging actors. I love discovering, helping them get discovered, get seen, and increase their visibility, help them reach more people. And they don't have to wait to do that only once they hit the Super Bowl and they get this big role. They can start doing that early on,
Right.
even when, like they have 500 followers on social media. That's okay. That's the best time to test. That's the
Mhm.
best time to experiment. That's the best time when you get all your ducks in a row, and even though they've heard, everybody has headshots, of course. There are a million of acting coaches and they all tell you the same things, but in this day and age, everything comes together, especially on the PR area. Like, they all have to come together, the branding and the marketing and the public relations. They are all one, they blend, and that's when I realized I would love to continue serving this niche, the emerging actors, the indie filmmakers, by helping them get PR ready for the moment when they get that big role And
Yeah.
that's when they are ready already. They already know what's their story. They have their first interview. They already kind of know what is happening. They don't have to run around and like, oh my god, I don't have good headshots, my social media is all over the place, people keep tagging me for 15 years on all these different accounts. How can I create now account with my name? Because for the past 10 years I've been John the Dude. And I'm like, okay, now people are gonna tag. Now you become famous, and people are gonna keep tagging you, John the Dude.
Yeah, terrible. Now,
Yeah, it's too late. Should I change my user? No, forget it. Now you're gonna
I
change it when
see.
people have
I
been tagging you for 10 years.
Yeah,
Forget about it. Keep
yeah.
this John the Dude. That's
Oh,
fine.
it's
Yeah.
terrible. I see that so
So
much.
that's when I realized that it's, I would love to continue working with this specific niche because they are, that's the best part of their early on when they are raw,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
talents.
yeah.
They are super humble, even though the most famous and the biggest A-listers, they still have a lot of humility. They are still very kind, and but
So
especially when they are early on in their stage in their career, that's when
right,
it's a pleasure to work with them. And that's the time I want to teach them, what should they have in their PR toolbox, how they should identify their brand, write a little bit, help them write a pitch, how they should, eventually start pitching their local outlets
right,
about something they are doing on the local level, so they
right.
create a little bit of brand,
Yeah.
a digital brand. And once they are ready for their big media, tour,
Hmm.
they already have something. They're already comfortable, and
Right. They know what's going on. Now, what is one myth about PR that you're excited to bust through in your coaching?
the fact that PR it's only for celebrities, or
That's
for the PR is only for celebrities.
mm-hmm.
I'm so ready to debunk that at any moment, day and night. Wake me up in the middle of the night, and
Uh-huh.
that's not true. The same for small business owners. Oh no, the PR is only for I don't know, Bill Gates and Elons of the world. And no, if you Google them, there are tons of interviews they did before they became who they
Right.
are now. They
Yeah.
look a little bit different because they were in different stages in their lives,
Right.
but it's not. That's when you start building up your brand. That's when you start
Right.
identifying yourself and your brand, and you see how you want to present yourself to the world. Of course, you don't want to present yourself to the world completely different person, but you
Right.
see what works. You see how you improve yourself. If you're shaky and you don't know how to, it's okay, start with some smaller podcasts, you know and then you hear yourself afterwards. You go back and you see yourself on camera on that YouTube channel of your friends or whatever, coaching, acting, your first acting coach. You go back and you see, oh, I talk too much, or maybe I'm too shy. You know how to
Yeah.
fix that. Or maybe you're like, I actually like myself a little shy, and I'm just gonna stay like this forever. It's okay. There is room for everyone
That's
and
right.
anyone.
It's best
So
to see yourself on
yeah, yeah,
camera.
yeah.
That's for
But
sure.
definitely PR is not only for
Yeah.
when you're
No.
on top of the world. No.
Right. PR
No, no,
starts
no.
today. Now,
Yes.
if someone's just starting out and feeling overwhelmed, Anka, what's the mindset shift that you help them make?
Feeling overwhelmed by the work, by
When
the
you're
world
starting
around
out,
them.
you're overwhelmed
That
about everything. I'm
so
not getting
much.
enough, jobs. I don't
Yeah,
have enough
yeah,
money. I don't,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know. do I need this? Do I not need that? Do I need
Got you.
acting classes?
Got
Do I
you.
need improv classes?
Yeah.
Do I want to pursue the method act? Do I want to do English masks? There's a lot of things
Yes.
that you
Yes.
can
Yes.
become overwhelmed. What do you, what kind of, if, what kind of mindset do you put them in so they can refocus?
First of all,
Oh,
this might sound a little easy to do, but first of all, try to have fun with it. You chose a career. I mean, what can be more fun than being an actor? Even when you're at the beginning, when all you do is just auditioning, getting ready for
right.
auditions, and
Yeah,
running around between day
right.
jobs and the bartending and the Uber driver or whatever, but then you go to an audition which might take you somewhere, and for a few minutes to that audition you play a completely different character than you are. You chose the most fun career on the planet. So
Mm,
let all the stress go away. Have fun with it. Don't have too much fun though.
yeah.
Surround yourself by the best people. Stay with your feet on the ground always, but your brain a little bit, let it dream big, but stay grounded and have very good people around you.
That's important.
Try to surround yourself by the best people. Try to have a variety of people around you. Don't have just people that are similar to
Don't
you,
have
because again,
just, yeah, no, just not sycophants. You want to
no, yes, yes,
I
yes.
only trust people that tell me the worst possible thing because, if people keep saying, "Oh my God, you're great. Oh, that was great. Oh, great, great," I don't trust
No,
you.
no, 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 no,
Hey,
no.
I don't
You
trust
want to have different type of people for um, a variety of reasons, but two
you.
reasons, very important reasons. Number one, you need to hear very honest
Yeah,
critique. You need to be self-aware, or have people who can pull you. Hey, that's not just change that. Or you need to have people who can be honest, with you. And second, again, you chose a fun career that you're gonna be all the time playing different roles. So it's good to have different type of people around you. Don't
right.
have only actors around you. No,
No,
absolutely not. Have a variety of different
right.
professions around you, because you're gonna play eventually,
That's
you're gonna play a role of
yeah,
each one of them, the driver, the mafioso, the
right,
CEO, the model, the whatever. So
right,
have different people around you all the time, people
right.
that can you know
Color your
help
yeah.
you grow.
Yes, because if you're going to play somebody, you should know them. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's talk about branding, messaging, and social media tips. Now, what's your go-to advice for creatives trying to stand out in a saturated digital space?
Be yourself. Look into what makes you unique. Don't try to be the girl next door, Jennifer Aniston. That worked for her because she was the girl next door, and it worked for her all her entire career. Even
Mm-hmm.
though most girls, they want to be Margot Robbie, the
Yeah,
bomb,
I
the
want to be
gorgeous, and
Mark.
they go and they do all the possible things to become, if they are not yet Margot Robbie. Don't try to be someone very far away from who you are, because
Yeah.
again, you're gonna play different characters, but try to stay very close to who you are throughout your entire career, from the early stages until you know you're gonna retire, because that's gonna be your brand. That's gonna be what what's gonna stick with people. think
Right.
of, I don't know, all the famous actors, especially the character actors. Not everybody is Jim Carrey. I was just watching yesterday, I was just scrolling, I don't know where I was, X, Twitter, or whatever, and I see something that you don't see often on super political Twitter platform. I see something funny with Jim Carrey impressions. That guy can be
Oh,
like anyone, John Nicholson, anyone. He can play anyone, but
yeah.
not everyone can do that. So if you are very good at impressions, yes, go and have multiple faces. But most people, they are like, they have a brand in who they are. Stick with that part. As per social media is there to play with, especially don't go very, for actors don't have to have that crystal clear, super the same images like yours, Priscilla. Your social media is so colorful. You have all sorts of things there. That's what actors do. They have a very complex, they do a lot of things. So show that on your social
Yeah.
media.
Oh my
It
God.
doesn't have to be.
One
If
of
you
my
are an influencer, if you are a content creator, that's different. If you
right.
are a travel influencer or a photographer, or of course, then you want to have consistency, but not to the level of doing every single post you
Oh,
create in Canva and you have the same fonts. Not
oh,
even that. Even those influencers, not even they don't have everything the same. Have a little bit of mix
yeah. I don't
always.
think that actors are aware, and I'm sure that you teach this in your coaching. There is nothing more annoying to casting directors or producers, and I have lots of them. I'm talking A-list casting directors, and they say to me, Priscilla, I hate when I go to someone's Instagram page or social media page, and it's nothing but pictures of them, and it's the same smile. Every
I
picture,
know this.
every picture. I mean, yes, we understand that you're promoting yourself, but what that says to them is narcissist,
Yes.
egomaniac, not interested. Next, they want someone that has a life, like you said, mix it up, make it colorful, add, some of your personal life, some of your hobbies other than your acting. So, absolutely. Now, do you help clients find their authentic voice, especially when they're used to hiding behind the work? Because
Yes.
a lot of actors, for example, choose to uh, do choose acting because they like to be the character. Not all, but more than themselves. Not always, but that's what the big A-list actors say. I became an actor because I didn't want to be myself. I like being other people. That's what I live to do. I live to be a doctor one day, and then I love to be a lawyer the next day. And I couldn't do that because I couldn't be a lawyer one day or a doctor the next day, but I can if I'm an actor.
So the
So
question is, how
you help.
do you make them feel comfortable in their own skin? How do they break through the shy stage? I'm
Uh,
sorry, trying to
yeah,
understand the question.
yeah. An authentic voice is some is it,
Authentic voice.
yeah, authentic voice. It just
Yeah.
means not not hiding behind just being an actor to do a character. Also representing yourself in a way that is just as impressive as your work, because a lot of actors, as you well know, they are fantastic A-list actors, but they're hermits. They like to hide. They only come out when they're doing and they do a fantastic job, but then they want to go hide. They don't want to do the parties. They don't want to do the networking. They don't want to get out there because that's a spotlight on them. But it's okay, and they have to come out because you got to market and network yourself as an actor, right?
Some do. I mean, a lot of them do love to go out and to mingle and those who mingle too much in the early stage,
Yes.
they don't really grow
Yes.
because they are growing into mingling more
Yeah.
and more and more.
Right.
I don't want to generalize
But
because I don't mingle
it's
myself too much. I live in
yeah.
Los Angeles and I barely I don't like to go out to events
Yeah.
other than the events that I go as publicist when I'm always
It's a balance.
serious.
Do it.
I
It's
don't
hard.
take pictures, selfies of myself on the red carpet ever. And I think I
Right.
have like three maybe pictures that I could find online by photographers who just caught me next to my
Right.
client or something. But I'm never like the one who
Right.
takes pictures. So maybe it's good to keep somewhere in the middle. Be
Yeah.
aware that you need to focus on a little bit of marketing yourself as well,
Mhm.
but don't go too much on that area
Yeah.
because again, when you're in the early stage, you go to mingle. How you gonna present yourself? You don't
Mhm.
have that many credits yet. You don't have that many achievements yet. So you're gonna go to mingle and maybe wait a little bit until you have the credits, until you have
Right. It's
more
a catch
under
20.
your belt, so you can make a memorable impression. Because those little red carpets, even if it's not for yourself, even if it's you go on a red carpet of your friend has a movie premiere and you're his plus one, your best buddy or whatever, your boyfriend or something, friend, simple friend, that's actually a good exercise for you as well. So going back to finding your authentic voice, because that was your question,
Yeah.
you need to stay, again, be very close to who you are. Ask the multitude of friends that you have. Again, try to have friends, different type of friends,
Right.
different type of background. They
Right.
come from different background, and ask them what do they like about you. Always be curious what draws other people
Right.
into yours. See what is your aura. I'm not very philosophical, not at all. I'm not gonna go here into
Self
meditate
self
or
growth.
but be always very self-aware.
Yeah.
Always try to understand what makes people be interested in. A lot of social media influencers, those who are really interested into their audience, they very often on a weekly basis they do polls. What made you follow me? What made you keep following me? You've been those who've been following me for the past 3 years.
Mhm.
Why are you still here? What entertains you?
Right.
Be this Actors have to be the same. You have to understand what makes you unique, even when you are in the early stage of your career, but you've been dreaming about becoming an actor. Now you're working on it. Try to see not only your acting coach, because those people are going to tell you honestly, but you're paying them, but try to see from people who you're not, friends.
Right.
Not your mom, because your mom is gonna is she
No.
sees you like the best, but try to see what other people, like objective people, think
Call
about you.
call up a frenemy is what I say. Now, what's one underrated social media trend that more people should be paying attention to right now?
Try to create more variety in your social media, because one trend, I'm not very much into trends. The
Mhm.
trends come and go. If you are an influencer, your social media, yes, you have to be very, very, very aware of all the trends.
Right.
But as an actor, again, actor or filmmaker, it's about you, it's not about the trends.
Mhm.
Reels, up until a few years ago, up until 3, 4 years ago, everyone was posting pictures
Yeah.
with tons of filters, the worst filters in the world, with
Yeah.
all those colors and all those
Or the
indigo.
duck
And
lips.
yes, yes, yes. Then they here comes the real. decade, and everyone started posting only reels, and then now they went back to pictures, and they changed the size of the, before it used to be square, now it's like whatever you call that, rectangle or whatever it's called. And now all your pretty feed doesn't match anymore because they created different.
Oh, it's crazy, isn't it? Oh my
So I
goodness.
don't work in fashion.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna advise you about trends in
Right.
social media because they come and go.
Right. Social media trends do come and go, but
Yeah.
try to stay up with them, people, and just kind of go with the flow and whatever is trending, because you never know who's
You know
looking.
what I would say? The only thing social media trend related is when you use audio, try to use the trending audio
Mm-hmm.
because that might, don't still use hashtags a
Oh,
few,
those hashtags.
even though
That's a
they are
trend,
bad.
people. That's a trend. That was a big trend for
Yes,
years. I don't
they are
know.
not a trend anymore. They are actually like almost completely dead. But use don't ever stuff it with like 30 or whatever is the maximum. It used to be 40, then they made it 30. Now I think they're gonna eliminate it at all completely. But use in some of your posts, use couple of hashtags, because in the end that's how people who never heard of you and will not hear from you anytime soon until you're gonna. But if you want to PR coach, hashtag PR coach,
Right. Yeah.
improv or whatever, actor or something unique that you wanna, be seen. When people search for that specific hashtag, put it there, but
Don't
don't
overdo
do
it with the
hashtag
content.
food blogger
Jesus.
when you're posting a video of yourself,
Oh my God.
whatever, hiking. Don't use whatever hashtags. Use something that it's completely relevant to your career and to
Right.
the post that you're posting right in that moment, but still use like couple of hashtags,
Yeah.
two,
Yeah.
three,
Yeah.
four, the very most, not more than that.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, don't go crazy with the hashtags. Now we're going to move on to the Bicoastal Digest, the indie gem. Now, tell us about the Bicoastal Digest, what inspired it, and what kind of stories do you love publishing?
Bicoastal Digest has nothing, nothing to do with the entertainment world.
Oh, okay. What is it?
The only thing that has to do is the name Bicoastal,
Okay,
which came from my. I came up with the name Bicoastal only because many of my clients live in one.
right,
They're Bicoastal, live here but travel there all the time. But other than that, Bicoastal Digest is a travel and lifestyle online magazine. So during the pandemic, when 2020, the world stopped for a
mm,
while and we were all frozen in time and we were all stuck at home, and my PR entertainment career I was looking how it's just like going down
yeah,
the river, and we were all like, unless you were working in food industry that was still like people need food or whatever,
right,
internet provider, like
right,
most of the industries were affected beyond affected. Yeah.
yeah,
Entertainment was one of the most affected
right,
industry. So
yes,
I was just at home pulling my hair out and screaming that I cannot go anywhere. I can travel. I can do things that I
right,
love to do in my free time.
mm.
And that's when I created Bicoastal Digest, which is a travel platform, lifestyle as well, but mainly
Ironically,
travel.
no one could travel, ironically, in
Yes,
2020.
it was my little escape during, like my little escape room, like my little corner of imaginary traveling during the pandemic days.
Okay.
there are two places that I love so much in America. I lived, first of all, I lived on the East Coast and West Coast. I lived in both places, and I love them both. But California, where I live now, and New England, the Northeast of United States, are, in my opinion, the two of the prettiest, maybe the prettiest
Yeah,
regions in America, and
yeah.
I know them both very well. And basically, that's what I write about in Bicoastal Digest. I just feature gorgeous little places, picturesque, very quaint, very the type of place where you
You do
go
the
to.
traveling and writing about it. So you travel back and forth, and then
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
yeah.
things like
I
the
mean, I wish I would be able to travel back and forth all the time, but it's like very far away. It's like 3,000 miles distance. But basically, I'm trying to bring the East Coast closer to the West Coast through
right.
my
And
and
how do you do that? Do you spotlight little cozy restaurants or little
yes, yes,
antique
yes,
shops, or what do
yes.
you?
Mainly travel spots, like travel, like small little towns, especially New England and our California as well. That's why there are a lot of similarities. People think, oh my God, they are so different because we have permanent summer here and over there they have 4 seasons. That's the only difference. Other than that, they are very similar. We have a lot of small coastal towns here, the same they have in New England. A lot of New England eats inside the continent, but
Right.
also they have a gigantic coast, all the 6 states in New England. So basically, Bicoastal Digest focuses on the travel and what makes both coasts unique and special. That's what I call it. It's like the best of both coasts,
Okay.
celebrating the beauty of both coasts.
And how is this a subscription based
Oh, no,
magazine,
it's
or is
open.
it just
It's
online? You can just go there and
yeah,
people can
yeah,
read
yeah,
your
yeah.
stories.
If you go to the website by coastaldigest.com, there is a section, a tab that says magazine. So you can go and see previous magazines
Okay.
that
Oh,
I was creating by myself
oh my
in my spare time during the pandemic.
God.
Well, recently I haven't updated much on my beautiful Bicoastal Digest because
Okay.
when real life came back to normal and the busy life,
Okay.
my passion, my travel passion took
That's
like the back seat. But I'm
yeah.
looking forward to go back to, especially because I love seasons very much. So
Yeah.
always during the fall and winter, which are my favorite. I
Mhm.
love I love California, but I hate that we don't have seasons here.
Oh yeah.
And that's one thing that I really love about there. So during this time of the year, I would love to travel and to stay in New England from September, watch the foliage, and spend all the Christmas, events. They have a lot of Christmas events there. Sometimes it snows. Even when it doesn't snow, it's cold. So you really feel like, it's Christmas. Here, no matter
Ugh.
no, I see you have a little Christmas tree. Was that a Christmas tree next to you?
Oh, my Christmas tree is 6 feet tall.
And you already have the Christmas tree on?
Oh, I put my Christmas tree up October the 1st. I love Halloween. As you can see, I got my
Oh
pumpkin
my
and my
God!
ghost shirt on.
So
Yes.
you love
Oh my
holidays even
God.
more than me.
Halloween, and then Christmas, it goes up the October the 1st. All the Monster Mash songs and everything is playing. And then Thanksgiving comes, so then I get my turkey shirts. I have
Okay.
and then it's Christmas. But I start buying Christmas gifts in like September, really, because they start getting more expensive. So
Yes, yes,
at
yes,
the
yes,
end
yes.
of October, you're not going to catch any sales. So
Yes,
I got the
yes.
whole house decorated by October the 1st. I
Oh
cannot.
my God, that's amazing. That's
So let
amazing.
me ask you, what how you were talking about balance. How do you balance but being both a publicist and an editor-in-chief? I know you said you haven't updated it in a while, but do those roles ever clash or complement each other, or no?
They complement each other, because on my travel magazine, I am all the time in touch with travel organizations, travel boards on both in California and New England, because those are the places that I mainly cover.
Right.
But I'm also always interested to talk to the publicists, the PR agency who has hotels on the coast of New England, in Maine, in the Rhode Island. It's who manages these people. It's the PR agencies. So I end up all the time in touch with these PR agencies, and that's when I'm like, oh, I love that I get to do both,
Yeah.
because and
Tell,
even when I speak to them as an editor in chief, I know already what they're gonna send me even before I open their emails, because that's the good part of working with a PR agency. They already know all the assets that you need. I don't even need to ask them. Sometimes when I work directly with a hotel, I'm approaching hotels, again, like I don't travel there as often as I would love to. So I'm like approaching the cute little in New Hampshire, in the mountains, in the Berkshires, and I'm like writing them, hey, I would love to feature you in my travel magazine, blah blah. I'm gonna need, okay, perfect. Let us know when it goes out. And I'm like, hold on, I'm gonna need a few things.
yes, I need some.
Things from you. Like, we didn't even talk. We didn't even, like, oh, I thought you're an influencer. If you come
Oh,
here, you can take pictures. And if you want, we can give you a night free. I'm like, I'm not looking for free. I just want to feature you because it's such a beautiful place. And I've never been
what
there.
they're
But can
offering
you
is
please, can you
free.
please send me some pictures? And they're gonna send me 3 pictures they took in the morning with their phones. And I'm like, oh my goodness. You know, that's where I prefer to work with the PR agency who represents them, because they're gonna send me all the high resolution pictures, the best pictures from the best angle, not people in the background. It's gonna be just the hotel itself or the small restaurant, or the chef cooking the thing. But
Right.
I also like to play content creator myself
Yeah.
and do myself the behind the scenes,
Right.
and that happens when I'm here, or sometimes when I'm lucky to travel to New England for
Oh,
Christmas. Yes,
you got
yes.
to go
And I
there.
go and I do the pictures myself.
Right.
I'm not a big photographer, but I have a small little Canon that I'm taking around. I put it in auto or whatever, the
Yeah.
simple mode.
Well, we're gonna
And the pictures, you know
website Give us the website again.
Bicoastal Digest
.com.
.com.
All
Yes,
right, people, go
yes.
check it out. Now we're going to talk about entertainment industry insights. What's changed most in entertainment PR over the last decade, and what surprisingly stayed the same?
What is changing
What
continues
changed
to change.
most?
It changed. Everything changed with social media
Yeah,
many years ago, 20 years ago. But back then, not many people were using it as much as in the past 10 years. So now everyone can create already their own portfolio, their own videos. You can shoot on your phone anything. You can edit. You can shoot an entire movie on your phone. I've heard
that's true.
filmmakers.
True.
And it's actually true. You can have like all the lens that you attach on the top of the phone, and it's gonna
Yeah.
make everything look like
I shot a music
different.
video. It looks fantastic. People said, "How is this not on MTV?" I shot it for the client. The client had a budget of $50. I shot it with 3 iPhones, it looks so good. Oh my
Unbelievable.
God. So
Unbelievable.
yeah,
And now you have AI, which is changing.
yes, it is. You can
So
shoot
what social
anything.
media changed and
No
everyone having a
excuses.
phone,
Yeah,
that was already groundbreaking, but we already got used to it. It's
yeah.
nothing new anymore. But now with the AI, everything is changing like with the
It's changing
light
very
speed, with light speed, which is something that not everyone is happy with it, because
well. They're gonna
especially in the
have to
entertainment
embrace
industry.
it. They're gonna have to
Yeah,
embrace it because it's coming.
yeah,
And
yep,
you know
yep.
what? I have a lot of friends who work in the studios, and we're talking studios, and they are saying that it within maybe a decade, maybe most actors, unfortunately, they're going to be replaced by AI. If you look at the actors that are in the videos that are created by AI, you cannot tell if they're human or not. I don't know if you're familiar with so many AI. We watch everything AI. You can, and also for musicians and bands, because say, for example, you're a songwriter and you say, oh, I want to write a song about Christmas. So you give the AI information. Okay, I want to write a song about Christmas. I wanted to include my name. I wanted to include the story of Santa getting stuck in the chimney. And you hit click, boom, done. Complete story. You can write a screenplay in seconds. You can write a song. You
But
can
that
say,
is not okay.
I
Objection.
the way it's going, and I'm sad about it, but that is AI is moving so rapidly.
I am very old school. Trust me. Like I'm still sobbing about this. Like I hate
No,
how
but
fast
it's
it's moving.
so I would suggest, but it's really good for people who
Embrace the
want to
part
jump
that can
on
help
board,
you.
and it
Embrace
helps
the
you.
things that
Yeah.
helps you. You know.
Yes, and AI is there right now to help
Yeah.
you jump on board the bandwagon and just try to do your
Yeah.
best. But it's here.
Yeah.
But I think
Yes.
it's a positive thing because if you're a screenwriter and you're stuck
Yes.
and you can
Yeah.
go to AI, tell it what you want it to do, and it can
Yeah.
write,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
format.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're a songwriter and you need to write a song for an album, there you go. Boom, you can do it. And then you just tweak it and make it your own,
Yeah.
of course. But
Yeah.
I love it. I'm excited. Now, what if you could wave a magic wand and fix one thing about how creatives approach PR, what would it be? Right now, beginning people, they're scared. They think PR costs a fortune. They're like, well, that's not for me. When I become famous, everybody else will handle my PR. So, what's one thing that creative,
That's why. That's why. That's why I'm launching PR coaching for actors,
right?
so they understand that they are their own brand. They understand that they are their own publicist. The story they are telling themselves, the way they tell their own story, it's better than any PR consultant's smart
Right.
depends. You have your own uniqueness. You know that the PR person is gonna help you, as I said, peel. And because when I start working as a publicist, not as a PR coach, when I start working as a publicist, but I'm gonna use that formula also in the PR coaching. I start with a questionnaire, which the more I go into my PR work, the longer that list becomes of questions. But
Yeah.
I'm going to ask a lot of questions to see who you are, to learn about you. And many of them, they get hired from the beginning and they're like, oh my God, why did I hire you? And I'm like, how am I going to tell your story if I don't know about you?
You
You
got
know?
to do
And
what what
that's those savvy ones, they know it's the right one.
right.
They know it's the right thing, and they are grateful. They are like, thank goodness, even though you made me spend hours on this questionnaire that
Uh,
never ends, but you made me understand so much about myself.
Right.
And that's gonna help me, because maybe they are not gonna keep the publicists forever. I mean, not even the A-listers, they don't have
That's
24/7 their publicists. So they have to know how to present themselves, be comfortable with themselves, be
right.
comfortable answering questions. Because even when, when they are like in, you know early on in the breakthrough area, of their career, even then someone is gonna recognize them in the club, in the restaurant, and it's gonna go and ask them. And everyone nowadays goes with a phone in their hands. Hey,
Right.
are you that actor, blah blah?
Yeah.
They have to know how to answer a question. Maybe that person is gonna ask, so are you gonna be on in season 2 as well? So the actor already has to know a little bit how to,
Right.
that's where everything comes together, the PR and the branding and the marketing. So you have to be a little bit self-aware and know that you cannot talk about your next role,
Right. Yeah.
or if you really died at the end of season
Also,
1 or not. Be
also,
careful.
I think that what is lost, what's been lost over the decades, there was obviously, it was called the golden age of Hollywood, but I am so sad that they don't have coaches. Back when Hollywood started, even in the silent movie days, the production companies, there were studios yet, but the studios eventually would have what's called coaches for their signed actors and actresses. And they taught them how to walk, how to talk, how to sit, how to stand, and most importantly, how to answer questions that the press would ask them. Now, of course, they didn't have the vampire press that they have now, and all questions were approved by the studio. But once in a while, you would get a rogue person who would ask a question, but they were prepared and
Yes,
looked
yes.
so glamorous, and they knew how to dress, and they knew how to. I mean, the stuff that we see these days, oh my God, they don't know how to answer a question. Not all, but
Yeah.
some don't know how to answer a question. They don't know how to walk. They don't. I saw, oh, I nearly died, Anca. I saw this girl doing an interview on a podcast, and she was wearing a dress, it was like a mini dress, and she sat down and her legs were wide open, and you saw her underwear. She didn't even faze her that was happening. And then you see some of them that they're doing interviews and they got their finger up by their nose and they're trying to dig a booger out. I mean, I have seen it all. But are these some of the things that you teach in your coaching classes? Do you bring back that golden age of Hollywood where you really need to make
Yes,
there?
because I live by that. I still live by that. I told you I'm like an old person in a younger body.
Right.
I still live by that. Time.
Yes.
That was the time that produced more divas, more movie stars than nowadays. Nowadays, you don't have the, as you said, the
They're so
acting coach who is gonna, now you have coaches on all the areas, on little bits that they teach you, that how to manage your own money, how to do this side, how to do your social media, how to do. But the PR area is actually, you know a wrap around you. And
yes.
that's why I start with asking a lot of questions, and then I see what needs work. I'm not going to teach you how to walk, or but I will tell
I
you.
used to do that. Marilyn Monroe used to have to walk with a book on her head. All of the female stars, they had to go to charm school. They had to, and you can just,
Charm school.
yeah,
They
they
have a
did it
charm school.
here in this country. The studios would make all of the stars go to charm school to learn how to sit and how to talk and walk. And even when you would go to, because it was a different time here, but when you would go to a Hollywood dinner, they taught you how to eat too, and how
How to
you need to know
drink,
what the
yeah.
utensils and the tea and I mean, it was fantastic. And if you see any of the stars being interviewed, and even if you are lucky to get footage at some of the parties they went to, it was so refined and so classy and elegant. And you didn't have what you have today. It's a shame, but what are
Yes,
you gonna
yes,
do?
yes.
So I'm
See,
glad that you touched
completely, yes, yes, completely parallel, but not, doesn't have anything to do with
yeah,
me. But
you
I
won't be doing
just
any
saw,
charm school lessons
no,
or
no, no. But I just saw. Are you aware? Yesterday was fashion Hollywood, fashion vintage Hollywood. Nicole Kidman, who is the embodiment of the
oh
golden,
yes.
she is, it doesn't matter, like, love her or hate her, she's a phenomenal actor. Like, I
Yes.
don't know how many other, she and Meryl Streep are the only women that I know that they do multiple movies per year. Like, I cannot believe it. Like, she is freaking everywhere,
Right.
everywhere. Like, when a new movie, I see a trailer, I'm like, okay, Nicole's gotta be somewhere there. Like, there is no. And she did this. If you want to just Google afterwards, just go and see this thing she did with I don't remember the name of the designer, but it was a whole production, phenomenal production,
Right.
where she's wearing like the diva black dress with super elegant, the hair all over, the red lipstick, and the way she walks with her gloves, taking her, like, goosebumps, goosebumps. How many?
Personification of elegance and old Hollywood. I don't know what's happening, but something is coming down. It's going to be covering your face in a minute. Do you see it on the
No,
screen? Oh my God.
no,
It's right here. It's right above your left eye. You don't see that? Oh,
no. What
okay.
is coming? I thought you were kicking me out because it's more than an hour.
I'm afraid it's going to cover your face. You don't
What
see
is
the
that?
shadow on the
No,
top?
no, it's the same thing. Like, the same thing.
Yeah, when
I see my face.
you look back on this, you'll see what I'm talking about. You just
Okay, okay, okay.
all
For
right. So
now,
now we're gonna wrap it up, but so let's talk about your personal philosophy and creative process. What's your creative process when helping someone rebrand or position themselves? Just what do you say? They come in and you say, okay, your material is really not helping you. Here's one. Just give me three things. For example, you need to get new headshots. You need to start taking acting classes. You need to what else?
speaking,
Do what?
speaking,
So,
public speaking.
good. Public speaking.
Public speaking, it's very important.
Very important.
Even, no matter what type of, actor you want to be known for, even if you're not an actor, even if you're just a filmmaker, public speaking, it's super important because you are the spokes
Right.
person of yourself.
That's
You are your walking brand, and you need to know how to speak. And if you, especially if you're shy, that's
right.
a
Yeah.
little bit more work. Again, your charm is being shy. Don't try to look super exuberant, and if you're very shy, because you're gonna look like completely, like a different person. Try to stay within your, don't go too much far away, unless you're acting. But
Yeah.
when you're, speaking, try to be very close to who you are, but don't let the shy part cover your words. Be able to speak for yourself. So
Right.
public speaking is extremely important from early stages.
Yes.
Way before you start auditioning. You need to know
Yeah.
how to, how to
Public.
keep your hands, everything. That's,
Right. Right. And you don't want
nowadays
to say
you
too
see.
many
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
that
yes,
is
yeah,
a
yeah,
big
yeah.
thing with young people these days.
Yeah, public
Okay.
speaking and body language. Body
Yeah,
language goes
take a
into your
class.
public speaking.
Take a
Everything that
class.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
take a
Because
class
you
at
speak,
community
you.
college or online. I mean,
Yes,
you
yes,
can
yes.
take it for free. Go to YouTube. They have everything you want. There's no excuse.
Ask ChatGPT. Talking
Uh,
about AI.
how
This
do
fucking
you,
AI.
Anka?
They know everything.
How do you stay inspired and avoid burnout in such a fast-paced, visibility-driven industry?
That's actually where my content creation and travel is what keeps me balanced. I don't want to be all the time. Like, I love, as I said, since I was 2 years old,
Yes,
I was
too.
fascinated by the entertainment industry. But it's, even though I am not the actor, I'm not in front of cameras, and it's so draining even for me. Forget about for the actors. Like, I don't want to know how draining that can be. So
Right.
try to stick with the passions. And my passion is traveling. I live in California like you, and we have so much beauty around us. So I always go on short drives, long drives, 1 day road trip. I could go and drive all the way to Big Sur and back to LA in 1 day. That's how much I love to
Oh,
drive.
wow. Oh, I hate driving.
Yes,
Oh my God.
that's my relaxation. I just love to sit in the
Fine.
car, drive by the coast, and just you
Right.
know relax. Maybe listen to some music, maybe listen to some podcasts, or maybe just listen to the ocean as the windows open. But driving, traveling, seeing new places, that's where I get my
That's
my
your
my
thing. That's
balance.
your
Yes,
inspiration.
yes.
Now, what's one piece of advice that you wish that you would have received when you were starting out in PR as a PR agent or a
That's
PR person?
This is gonna be a little controversial.
Oh, I like it.
Uh, I've been told at the beginning that it's not the right industry for me. A couple of people said that.
Why?
Only couple of people,
Why?
because of my accent,
Hmm.
because of the fact that my English is not, you
Strong.
know, i-
Yeah.
i- is not my first language.
Oh, yeah.
So the accent will always be there, as you just said at the beginning of the
Look at
interview. That
Sophia
was
Vergara. Look at her. Sophia Vergara. You going to tell her that? My God, she's a
But
star.
that's what slowed me down at the beginning,
Oh,
until I said, you know what, it's okay. I can be, my own publicist. I don't have to be in an agency where they're criticizing my accent. So that's what actually made me become independent and you know, have my own PR business,
that's very good.
which
Yeah,
turned out into a much better
I know.
situation.
Now this is the last question, and this is the rapid fire question. Finish this sentence. PR with Anka is like what?
Like learning about yourself, like learning more about yourself. I will help you through PR to learn more about who you are.
Ah, you couldn't ask for a
Discover yourself. I'm sorry.
all
I'm
right.
sorry. But that's that's
PR
what
with
I
Anka
meant.
is like discovering yourself.
Yes, 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 yes. I will help you discover, areas of your life that actually you
That's
wanna you
good.
wanna present to the public.
I
Yes.
like that. Okay, so we have come to the end of the show. The interview is
Oh,
over. Now, how do people get in touch with you so you can help them? What's the best way?
you can find me at prwithanka.com or hit me on Instagram at prwithanka. send me a DM. My DMs are open, and let's chat.
Yes, Anca Chirita. Anca Chirita, right? I said it right? Oh, that's fantastic.
It's actually Chirita, but you are close. You are close. I don't expect anyone would know how to pronounce
I'm
it.
not the only one. Oh my
No,
God.
no,
Well,
no.
thank you so much
Thank
for being on
you.
the show. I'm sure there's many people who want to reach out to you and get help with their PR. And now is the time to do it. Go and check Anca out. Anca! Answers with Anca. I love that. Ooh. Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. Say goodbye to your fans.
What is it?
Goodbye to your fans. You have them.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much, Priscilla. Have a great rest of the evening.
Oh, I know. Happy Halloween, everybody. And next time I come, we'll be celebrating Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Priscilla. Bye-bye.
You're listening to Question Reality with Priscilla Leona.